Hey guys, Robbie Webster here, and today I'm doing another Blu-ray and DVD collection update. I have a lot of cool titles here. All of these titles in this update were released since the last time that I did like a real update. So some of them are like new movies that just came out, and some of them are older movies that were just released on Blu-ray for the first time. There's only one DVD title, and it's going to be like the last title, so I don't know if most of you will even see that. But before I start this, I want to give a shout out to Mikey Loves Movies, it's Mikey Likes Movies, I believe. And he's seems to be a pretty cool guy. I just recently saw a couple of his videos, and I saw a video that he did with, actually I saw two videos that he did with my friend Jay, Absolute Sublime 1, and he seems like a pretty cool guy, and he recently lost most or all of his collection. I'm not sure how much. I think it was all of it in Hurricane Sandy, because his basement flooded, and that's where he had his collection laid out or whatever, and it got all ruined and destroyed. So so let's show him some support and go over and check out his channel. He seems like a pretty cool guy, and I think you'll enjoy his videos, and it'll be cool to watch him rebuild his collection. It's kind of sucks that he has to do that, but still, go check him out and give him a subscription and tell him that I sent you. Let's get started with this update. The first item I have here, this movie was, I think, number 3 on my top 10 list from 2012. It's the Blu-ray Digibook of The Hobbit. I really, really love this movie. I know that it's not extremely popular with people. A lot of people seem to be complaining a lot about it. It's not at the same level as Lord of the Rings. I'd put it just like a notch below. It's still awesome. I actually like this so much that I watched it, and then it inspired me to watch the Lord of the Rings extended editions again, which normally I don't ever do more than once in a year. And I just watched them like 4 months ago, so now I've watched them twice in the last 4 months, which is, if you know me, that's crazy. I don't ever watch the same movie twice in a year. I try not to, unless it's like in the theater. Like if it's something like Dark Knight Rises, I watch twice in the theater or something like that. But I actually watched this in the theater, and then I watched it again as soon as I got it, and then I watched the Lord of the Rings extended editions, and then I just watched it again last night, and I just love it. This is a book that I grew up with. My mom used to read it to me when I was a kid. Then when I was old enough to read, I read it several times, and to hear the music come to life for like the first time ever, it's just like, I don't know, it just really hits a spot with the nostalgia factor with me. It's really epic, awesome adventure. Seeing like I love the whole story. I love the idea of the movie. I just love everything about it. I don't love it as much as Lord of the Rings, but I really, really love this movie. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend it. And this Digibook, this was a Walmart exclusive. It has some pretty sweet artwork. I think it's a 3-disc, yes, 3-disc, and it has a cool booklet inside. I think this was a book they had already released, and they just miniaturized it and put it in there. And it's pretty cool. It has like every character, has information and pictures of every single character. There's 14 characters that are like the main characters of the movie, and it talks about all of them in this, so that's pretty cool. And then right here I have these 3 lenticular cards, which I think are really cool. And this is what, they did a pre-order in store in Walmart like a couple weeks before this came out, and what you would do is you'd buy one of these for the price of the movie, and then they would mail it to you. I actually got The Hobbit like a day, I think 2 days early before the release date, which was cool. No, it was only one day. It was Monday I got it. So the day before. So I had pre-ordered 3 of these. One of them was for a very close friend that lives here in Rochester. I told him about it right when I saw it, and he wanted me to grab him one. And then the other one is actually one of the prizes that I'm giving away in my contest this month. So I'm not sure when this video is going to be uploaded, but I'm pretty sure the contest will still be ongoing. So yeah, that's enough about The Hobbit. Let's move on. The next title I have here, this one, I love this show, and it's the 3rd season's just starting up, and I went and ordered HBO because I just can't wait this year. I don't want to wait for it. I want to just watch it as it comes on. Even if I have to catch it the next day on demand, I still love this show. It's Game of Thrones. This is season 2, the Blu-ray. Absolute epic series. It's basically like an R-rated Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you guys know that I don't really care too much for gratuitous sex and nudity, and every time I mention that, 15 people ask me why not, and some people even get mad at me and think it's strange that I don't like that. I'm married. I don't have any problem with. I mean, I'm attracted to women, so don't call me. Don't start calling me names and stuff. I'm married to a beautiful woman, and she's the only person that I really care to see in that manner. So I don't need to see that in something else. So I usually just skip past the scenes like that. Someone told me, I can't believe you skip past that. There's so much important stuff that happens. I didn't seem to miss much of anything. I got the gist of what's going on when I fast forwarded through those scenes. But the show's amazing. The first season blew me away. The second season was really, really great. But I rewatched both seasons recently, and I still like the first season better. The second to last episode, I couldn't believe it. The most unbelievable thing. Climax to a season ever. But yeah, check this show out if you haven't seen it. One of the best shows on TV for sure. Next movie I have here, I think this one was number 6 or 7 on my top 10 list. It is Steven Spielberg's Lincoln film. Of course, Daniel Day-Lewis won Best Actor for this. He was phenomenal, and he did deserve to win, in my opinion. An absolute masterpiece. I love American history, and Lincoln is one of my favorite historical figures. He's definitely in the top 5 in American history, so this was a very cool movie to watch. It has a great cast, and it was very well acted, so I highly recommend it. Next one I have here, another one on the top 10. This one was either 7 or 8 or something like that. It's 007 Skyfall. I love this movie. It's so good. I've watched it 3 times already. Very, very good. I love Daniel Craig as James Bond. I've loved him even in Quantum of Solace. I still enjoyed that movie, even though it wasn't anywhere near as good as Casino Royale. But this one is the best of the 3 that he's made so far, and I hope that he does at least a couple more, because I really, really like him as James Bond. And this one was an awesome film. Javier Bardem played the bad guy in this. Yeah, highly recommend this. Then the next one I have here, this is another. When I first saw this, I thought that Denzel Washington deserved to be the best actor. But then when I saw Lincoln the day after, and I was like, no, I gotta give it to Daniel Day-Lewis. But this is Flight. It's a Robert Zemeckis film, or Robert Zemeckis. I'm not sure which way is the proper way to pronounce it. I've heard people say it both ways. Steven Spielberg always says Robert Zemeckis, so I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, I really, really like this movie. It's about a pilot who is on drugs and alcohol, and he does this heroic thing to save this plane from crashing. It's basically, they show you that right in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. He does this heroic thing, saves all these people's lives, but then he comes under investigation because they take blood and alcohol from him when he's in the hospital because he was injured, and they find out that he was high and drunk at the time, and so it's just a crazy dramatic film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. Don Cheadle's in this as well, and what is his name? John Goodman? Yeah, John Goodman's in it. Both of them are really good in this too. Definitely recommend that. And the next one I have here, this is Life of Pi. Thought this was alright. Visually, it's very beautiful. Some of the stuff is very strange, and I didn't really understand it. I know there's a novel as well, and I thought maybe if I read that, I would have a better understanding. So I looked into buying the novel, but the reviews I read, people were just as confused by that. So I guess I just decided not to read it, and I do enjoy it. I think I would probably watch it again at some point, but to have 11 Academy Award nominations for this, I don't know. I don't see why he won Best Director for this. Honestly, I thought the Best Director of the Year should have been Ben Affleck, and he wasn't even nominated. So, there's always things like that with the Academy Awards that, I take issue with, things that I disagree with. That's just how it goes. Next one I have here, this is another one of the nominees. I think this was Best Picture nominee. I can't remember. It was nominated for a couple Academy Awards at least, or maybe at least one. Beasts of the Southern Wild. It's about the film kind of follows through the eyes of this young girl. I think she's really young, 6, 7 years old. What's her name in this? Buttercup? Some weird name like that. Hushpuppy. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. The girl's name's Hushpuppy. She lives in this place called the Bathtub. Is that what it's called? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think it's called the Bathtub, but it's a place that's in front of the levee in Louisiana, and people think that it's in danger of flooding and killing them and stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of just seeing like a different lifestyle and stuff, and I thought it was really good. Really liked the movie, really interesting. I don't really agree that that girl should have been nominated for a Best Actress or Supporting I think she was Best Actress. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't seem like she was really acting. It almost seemed like they were just following a kid playing around. So maybe that was just really great acting. I don't know. Yeah, so I like this. I recommend watching it. Next one I have here. This one I watched with my daughter, even though she's only right now 4 months old, but she seemed to like it. Whenever they sang and stuff, she got all excited. WreckIt Ralph, very cool Disney film. I really liked it. I thought there was going to be more. I thought they were going to. The movie's about a video game villain that gets sick of being the bad guy and decides to go and try to become a hero in a different game. So he leaves his arcade game and goes into some other games. But he only ends up going into 2 other games. I thought the movie was going to be him like going through a whole bunch of different games, but it wasn't. But it was still good. Had some really funny moments, and I enjoyed it, so I recommend it. Next one I have here, definitely one of my all-time favorite films. One of the biggest. This movie makes me cry more than almost any. It probably right up there, probably number 1. It's extremely emotional, amazing dramatic film, and one of Steven Spielberg's best directed films. It's Schindler's List. This recently came out on Blu-ray, so it's like a new release. It comes in this really nice box, in which like with this slide out thing, picture of the girl in the red coat. The film is in black and white, but they use a little bit of color at a certain point in the movie. So if you haven't seen this film, I definitely recommend it, and the ending will make you like cry like a fiend. It's crazy. It blew me away. I love it. And then the next one I have here is a movie I talked about. I'm not sure if this will be uploaded first, but I also did an all Steelbook update. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to upload that one first or this one, so just check out that one for the review of this, Les Miserables, the musical. I have this edition, and I also have the Blu-ray Steelbook, so that Steelbook's in the other video. Okay, and the next one I have here, this one I was really, really excited about. I was hoping it was going to be a full-on series, but it ended up only being an internet miniseries. Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome. I'm a huge fan of the reimagined Battlestar Galactica series. Thought it was one of the greatest science fiction series ever. I love it. And this really didn't measure up to the film. There wasn't enough time to establish the characters, even though we know who Joseph Adama is before we start watching this. It's like a prequel. It shows during the Cylon War. It just didn't do much for me. I really didn't enjoy it that much. So, you know, it's cool to have. It has a nice slipcover, and it's cool to add it to the Battlestar Galactica collection, but I really didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to like it. Doesn't really measure up for me. But yeah, maybe someday they can make another series that's just as good as Battlestar Galactica. So we'll see. Next one I have here is The Master, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, Amy Adams. And this is actually the alternate artwork. You can flip the artwork inside out, and like you can see underneath there's different artwork. And it comes with this postcard with a picture of Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. And his character is like supposedly based on the founder of Scientology. It's kind of a really freaky movie. I honestly didn't like it all that much. It's written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. So like most of his films, it's visually stunning. And I don't know, it was just so strange. I guess I just didn't understand it. I found it kind of boring at times. I'm not trying to disrespect the film or anything. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's a local. He's from here in Rochester, so I try to follow his career and support him by purchasing, you know, the movies that he's in, and if I can tolerate them. And I was able to watch this. It wasn't like horrible, but it just wasn't my thing. I know some people like really love it, like they're really into it, but it just wasn't my thing. And the same thing with this one. So many people recommended this to me when I made my top 10 list. They were like, "How is that movie not on your list?" And I was like, well, I just haven't seen it yet. So I finally watched it, and I was like, it's Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think I would like it more if I was younger. I'm 26. Yeah, I'm 26 now. Sorry, I forget how old I am sometimes. And it's like, I think if I was in high school, I would probably identify with the characters more. But I really didn't. It's about a kid that's kind of like, he's kind of like very shy, and he's a freshman, and he becomes friends with a couple of seniors that just kind of take him under their wing and just, treat him nicely, become friends with him. And there was parts of the movie I enjoyed and parts of it I didn't like, but it definitely wouldn't have made it into my top 10 for 2012, even if I had seen it before I made that video. So I did check it out and gave it a chance. I know the other one that a lot of people recommended was Silver Linings Playbook, and I haven't been able to see that yet. I'm just going to wait for it to come out, and then I'll watch that as well. And I'll let you guys know what I think. Alright. Now, I think the rest of these are all movies that are older, but they're just being released for the first time. The first thing here, this isn't a movie, but it's a TV series. It's Star Trek Enterprise Season 1. They did a really good job with this Blu-ray release. Honestly, the film they used was a lot closer to, like what you saw on television was a lot closer to the Blu-ray format than what the Next Generation TV presentation was. So it's not like a huge difference like with the Next Generation release, but it's still very good, the highest quality. I actually like Star Trek Enterprise. It's not my favorite of the series, but most people hate it, and I don't dislike it. I like it a lot. I like it more than Star Trek Voyager. Probably not more than any of the others, but I do enjoy this. I have all the DVDs already, and I'm glad to be watching through this again and watching it in Blu-ray. So yeah, I recommend picking that up if you can. Next one I have here, this is a movie I used to love as a kid, even though I wasn't a huge baseball fan. I liked playing baseball, but we just didn't play it a lot. We usually played football or basketball or like kickball or stuff like that. We never really played a lot of baseball. But it's the Sandlot, and I can't believe it's already the 20th anniversary of this. And this was only $10. It's $10 at Walmart, and I think it was like $15 at Amazon. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. I didn't know it was going to be $10 at Walmart. But it has a really cool slipcover. It looks just like a baseball. It has like some really cool texture to it. Very cool stuff. Great film like about kids that love baseball. And the next one I have here is another movie I used to really like as a kid. I watched it a lot as a kid. And watching it now, I don't really like it as much. Like, I think it was more of a nostalgic thing for me, but I still enjoy it. It's Willow. I think I've been spoiled by Lord of the Rings now. I don't like this one as much anymore, but I still really do like it. This is the 25th anniversary edition. Has a nice little slipcover there, and it looks really good on Blu-ray, so I recommend that. And then this one, actually the first time that I ever went to the drive-in movie theater, I only went twice during my childhood. My family just never went to the movies. I think we went to the regular theater 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, when I was still like a kid in school and stuff with them. I went by myself a lot when I was in high school, like with my friends. But with my family, we only went a handful of times. So twice we went to the drive-ins, and the first time we went, I saw Flubber and I think Small Soldiers. Yeah, the first time I went, I saw Flubber and Small Soldiers, and then the second time I went, I saw Mulan and Lethal Weapon 4. They always put like an adult movie after like a cartoon because the kids are supposed to like go to sleep, but my parents didn't make me go to sleep. So I watched both, and I liked both of them. I really like Mulan. I watched this again with my wife. It was really good, and we started watching Mulan too, and I really didn't like it, so we never finished it. But maybe I'll try to finish it again another time. But yeah, this just came out on Blu-ray. It looks pretty good. I really like the music in it. So yeah, I recommend that. And then the next 3, I just couldn't resist these slipcovers. The 3 Jurassic Park individual Blu-rays. I picked these up. I love the slipcovers on these. So yeah, I haven't watched the actual individual ones. I'm sure it's the same as the other like triple pack that came out. The next one I have here, I talked about this when I did the Steelbook update, because this I actually prefer to the musical version, the brand new musical version. I prefer this, the 1998 Les Miserables film. I think it's directed by Billy August. Yeah, and it stars Liam Neeson, Jeffrey Rush, and Uma Thurman, and that's a great cast. And I thought it was really good. It's not a musical version. It's based on the novel. I think the musical is based on the play. I think that's how they do it. But the play is based on the novel anyway, so. But yeah, very good film. I highly recommend seeing this if you haven't, especially if you like Les Miserables for more than just the songs. If you liked it for the story is, I like the way the story is portrayed better in this. I think you feel the emotion more, like when there's, I don't know, it's probably different for different people. I'm not that into music, so I'm more into like the acting. And then the next thing I have here, this is a movie. It's one of my least favorite Tom Hanks films, and I hadn't seen it in a long time, so I didn't really know. I don't think I ever saw the whole thing, but I watched the whole thing this time, and I really don't care much for it. And this is actually, I think, written and directed by Tom Hanks, and he's like a co-star in it. It's That Thing You Do. It's not that good. It's about, he's like a manager of this band that they're like a one-hit wonder pretty much. They come up with this really popular hit, and they start climbing the Billboard charts and like touring around the country and stuff. Certain aspects of it are all right, but it's not really like that funny. It's supposed to be a comedy, and I didn't find it that funny. And yeah, it didn't live up to my expectations. I think Tom Hanks is such a gifted actor that he really doesn't need to be a great director. A lot of actors go into directing. I think he should just stick with acting. He's just such a legendary actor. But yeah. And then the last thing I have here, this is the DVD I told you about, and this is Season 2, Volume 1 of a Duck Dynasty reality TV show that I really enjoy, and I don't like reality TV, so that's saying a lot. This is a very funny show, and I love the family. I love the outdoors aspect of it, and I love, just the way they interact, and I love that they share their faith on it and stuff, even though it's a secular show and a lot of it's edited out. I really like this a lot. So yeah, that's it for this Blu-ray and DVD collection update. Thanks for watching.